Hello, my people. You know, when it's P2B, you can never be bored or tired listening to this man. Just see the display of wisdom in answering the questions put to him by Arise team this morning. Even the presenters of the program were stunned. They were just looking at this man as he kept answering the whole questions with accuracy. The answers they demanded, he will give them and even give them more. Oh yeah, watch with me and see the display of wisdom by this man.
You know, godfatherism with the APC and all of that, you know, that he was thinking, oh, this was the time of the PDP. He's come here to argue a couple of times that most of the votes you got in Lagos were also PDP votes. I mean, what do you say about that dichotomy vis-a-vis your own Labour Party candidate in Lagos? Another question I'd like to ask you is this. In this our country where rule of law has been put on the background, that people don't even obey court judgment again, it might sound like a funny question, but in a case where a court judgment gets in your favor, maybe in the Supreme Court, and it's not obeyed, what happens? Because that's the kind of dichotomy and anarchy we've put on the land. And this your newfound friendship with the PDP. Are you people challenging this together? Have you been talking to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar? What have you people been saying to each other? Because both of your vice presidential candidates had a joint press conference together.
Well, let me say this. There's no partnership between Labour Party and the PDP. Both of us are challenging a process that is wrong. That is acceptable. The process is wrong, and we're challenging it because we're all participants. It's like there's several people are involved in a competition, and it goes wrong, and they come together and say, it happened. There's so many court challenges all over the world where maybe if you see the abroad where somebody have raped one woman, he went to court, several others who were raped by the same man comes out. They're not acting jointly, but because they have been a victim of the same man.
But both of you are saying you won the election.
No.
Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is saying you won the election. You two are saying you won the election.
No problem. That is why we want to check the process. It is not the process that will say who actually rightly received the highest number of rightful votes cast in the said election. Because what is important is who received the highest number of rightful votes cast in the election and who has the spread. So if we do the right things, this is what we are claiming now is because of the confusion that was deliberately created by INEC. If they had done the right things, we won't be here. Nobody will be arguing. Like I said, I have my respect for Atiku. My respect for him remains as long as I live. He's a respected elder brother.
You've been speaking to him?
Of course.
As regards this election?
No, not as regards the election, but any other issue. We have always remained close. He's my respected elder brother. On issue of Nigeria, we are two different candidates. I'm committed to a new Nigeria, committed to doing things differently. And my commitment is total. But my commitment does not in any way affect my respect for him or Tinubu. I will remain respectful to them. On issue of Lagos, the Labour candidate in Lagos remains the best candidate. Is through and thorough Lagosian, from a family that everybody is well known. His educational background, his age, everything is not in question. And he has the right age and the right energy. And I support him 100%. So do whoever Labour candidate that will be choosing through the right process. I told you here that we don't have candidates everywhere. We have maybe 5, 6, or 7 candidates, and I support them. Wherever you see me not supporting our candidate, Labour Party, especially our chairman, must have maybe worked with them in partnership, or somehow to be able to achieve what we achieved in the last election. And Labour as an institution is bigger than me. And I respect and take the ratings of the chairman. Because we want to build institutions, so it will work. Even if I'm the leader, I believe in the institution, and I must respect the institution. That's some of the rascalities I saw in other parties that makes it not work. Because people think they're bigger than the party. I'm not bigger than Labour Party. Labour Party remains bigger, and also whatever directives. So I assure you, we support GRV, and I can tell you, he's a fantastic candidate.
Okay. Now, one of the reasons why the age conversation has come up, particularly with Gbadebo Rodsvivo in Lagos State, is also looking at his political experience. So beyond just his biological age, what some people have said is that he doesn't have that political heritage. He doesn't have that experience in governance and public service. I'd like you to speak to that, please, because it's beyond age. It's also the fact that, so you talked about the fact that he went to MIT, fantastic, Ivy League school. However, they're saying that if you're going to, govern a diverse, cosmopolitan city like Lagos, you would need more than an MIT certificate. What do you have to say to that?
Which experience? When they talk about experience, my sister, when I was campaigning to be governor of Anambra State, I've never worked in government. I've never had anything to do with government. I was faced with the same thing. I was his age. I was just about, I started campaigning in 2003. 2001. I was just 39. By the time that the election took place, I was 41, 42. So I was at that age. And it was the same thing. People were saying, hey, who is he? He has never worked in government before. He has not done this before. The only experience they can claim is the same experience of corruption, experience of stealing, experience of doing the wrong thing. In fact, at times it's good to bring somebody who doesn't have that experience so he can clean up the mess. I came in without that experience. And when they wanted to teach me the experience, I told them they are wrong. I recall telling my people to ask me, why will government of Anambra State have a lodge in Abuja? They said, because every state have it. I said, well, we can't. The governor doesn't live in Abuja, so shut it down. Why would this one happen? Why is the government going to have 18 guest houses? They say because that is all them, because you have guests. These are things we shut down that made us have the money to do the work. So the experience they have is the experience I'm trying to remove. That's the structure that I'm telling you about. What you saw is challenging now is the structure that we are saying we have no structure, we have no structure. That's the experience. As far as I'm concerned, he's at the right age, the right energy, the right educational background. Whatever there is that you think is lacking, because of his exposure and everything, he will be able to read it. A job of a leader is always listening and learning.